Welcome back, everyone, to the MyTakeHoops Podcast. Today, we are joined by three-star prospect in the 2022 class and West Virginia commit Josiah Harris. Welcome, and how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, man. Just moved into college. Class is starting a week, and you're about to start your senior year. So how have you been doing? And then kind of update me on your life a little bit. I mean, EYBL just ended, high school season coming up. So update me a little bit.
Right now, I'm just working on getting stronger. It's the off season right now, so just working out my dad and then going to NST every day. Getting stronger and getting ready for the next level.
So I kind of want to start with what got you into basketball. So what's your basketball origin? Where's that come from?
Both of my parents play basketball, so just growing up watching them play, that really inspired me to play basketball and make me love it.
Yeah. So are you born and raised in Ohio?
Yes.
Cleveland area. So
You know,
so so what's that? I mean, obviously, northeastern Ohio. I mean, has got the LeBron influence. So what does LeBron James mean to not only you but also that area of Ohio and for kids growing up?
oh, he means the world to us because he basically paved the way and showed us that you can get it done from Ohio and you can make it. So he really inspired us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's just a great figure coming out of Ohio. I'm from Ohio myself, and like, I mean, you gotta love LeBron. But fast forward some years, you start getting some offers. Your name starts getting mentioned around the country. When did that really start happening for you? And then also, like, what was that like? I mean, to hear your name on a national stage.
I would say sophomore year, and it's really a blessing, but it just showed me like I need to work harder because as much as this stuff is coming, it can be taken away too. And that's what my parents are telling me. I have to be able to just keep the same level head and just keep working and work harder than before and just get ready for that next level. So
And you being a three-star, and personally, I feel like the ranking doesn't really do it justice because uh, this, and we'll get into this in a minute, but this summer you played phenomenally. Like, you're gonna move up in the rankings. You have to. Like, the way you played this summer is not typical of a traditional three-star, right? So how do you deal with a ranking, and what does, like, what would you, how much weight do you put into a ranking as a player?
me and my family, we don't worry about rankings. We wherever they rank me, that's fine. But at the end of the day, when you get on the court, the rankings don't matter. You're gonna go and we're gonna see who's really better and who's gonna put in that work. So the ranking really doesn't mean anything. That's just all talk and opinion. So we don't really worry about those rankings.
Yeah, and I feel like you showed that this summer. Like, you played some great competition, played some great games against great competition, offensively and defensively. Like I said, that ranking is going to change. You're going to move up for sure. But it's good to hear that you have that level head about that, because some kids put a lot of their identity into their ranking, and so at the end of the day, it's a third party. Like, it's somebody else giving their opinion about on your game. So it's good to hear that you have that opinion. I want to ask kind of about the COVID pandemic and how that affected you. I mean, it's affected everyone, and it really was new last year, and people had to get creative. So take me back to last year when it hit. How are you staying in the gym? How are you continuing to get better?
Well, it was really disappointing because our school, like we were in the regional final and we are about to head down the state, and then they canceled the whole tournament. So that was just a disappointment and all. We were going to win states for sure. Our team was so talented. And just trying to work out. My dad was taking me to the track every day, making sure I stayed in shape. And we couldn't get into any like gyms inside, so we went to outdoor parks, and he was shooting like we were shooting outside on the playground hoops, and that's all we really could do.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, I think everyone had to be a little creative with what they were doing, and I've talked to a few players, and that's essentially what it was: is sneaking into gyms or working out outside or doing just different types of workouts. And I mean, it's a shame that it's still carried over to today, but I'm sure you've adjusted, and things are starting to open back up, hopefully. And speaking of school, are you going back? When does that start for you? Like, next week, probably?
Um, See, with the way my school is set up, I'm taking all college classes, so it's not going to start until probably August 29th or something like that. I got a couple, I think a week or two.
Oh, awesome. So you got a little bit more of a break. And I saw yesterday or the day before, your associate's degree came in. Can you speak a little bit on what that means to you?
Oh yeah, it just means a lot, and I just want to thank my parents because they were putting me in the right classes when I was at a younger age to where I am now. So it just all set up on the right progress for me to take my college classes sophomore and junior year to get that associate's degree. It means a lot to me.
In late March of this year, you committed to West Virginia University, correct? And I got that timeline. All right. So what made the Mountaineers the right fit for you?
It was just the perfect fit for me. I feel like the play style, the relationship with the coaches, and just everything West Virginia stands for. I feel like I really loved that program, and it was the best decision for me.
And what type of relationship do you have with Coach Huggins? Because he's a legendary coach. He's a bit old school, and he's somebody that is very highly respected in the community. So, what type of relationship do you have with your future coach?
It's close. He's a really great guy, really great coach, and gives great advice. I mean, we're building that relationship more and more each day, and he's just a great coach. Can't wait to play for him.
And what type of player is West Virginia getting in Josiah Harris?
A versatile player, anybody who just does winning plays, plays offense and defense, can guard any position on the floor, and I can just make make winning plays.
At the end of the day, basketball is about winning. Doesn't matter what your rank, like you said, doesn't matter what your ranking is, doesn't matter what people think about you if you come on the floor and make winning plays. I mean, that's invaluable. And then also, I want to ask this: when you see a fellow Ohioan and West Virginia player in Miles McBride get drafted into the NBA, like how does that make you feel? And do you have a relationship with McBride?
Oh yes, we talked a couple times, and it makes me feel good because he's paving that way and just showing us that we come out of Ohio, go to West Virginia, and go to the league. I mean, that's just amazing. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, yeah, and he's been balling out in summer league, and he's someone that plays both ends of the floor, and I think you do the same. And like, I just think Ohio basketball in general, I did want to mention this. Like, how would you describe it? Because it rarely gets the national media attention that I feel like it deserves. But there have been some solid pros and college players that have come out, like just recently, Jackson Hayes, Luke Kennard, Maceo Teague. Like, can you speak a little bit to Ohio basketball?
I feel like they overlook Ohio so much. Like we're very underrated. It's terrible. Like they do us so dirty, and we have so much talent. I mean, if they just looked at us like the other states, like we would have so much more just national recognition. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep working.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's silently produced. Like you put out great players. There's a lot of solid guys that just don't get the attention. I feel like, and I mean, one day, hopefully, one day, they wake up about Ohio. But I always, whenever I have an Ohio player on here, I always say, "What do you think about Ohio basketball?" And the answer is always, "Well, no, they don't. We don't get talked about enough." And then it's so true. I mean, it's always California, Texas, Georgia, New York, all the big states. But I got a lot of respect for Ohio basketball players because I mean, and you got to deal with the OHSAA, like
Mhm.
all the rules that they have. I think my least favorite rule is that the no dunking and warm ups. They still do that?
Yes, the no dunking is terrible. Like
I mean, I was never somebody that could dunk, so it never really affected me. But like as a fan, like I'm trying to go to the game and see some exciting things in warm ups. But yeah, um,
exactly.
yeah, it's a shame. I mean, hopefully they change that rule. But I want to get into this summer as well because, like I said, it's been a big summer for you. You played really well throughout the last couple of months. I first saw you in person at the cookout at Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. Um, and actually, funny story. When the tournament ended, like everyone's going home, you were walking across the street or something to say hi to somebody. And I was in my car and I rolled down my window and said, "Hey man, great tournament." And like I didn't introduce myself, but I just said what's up. But yeah, so funny story there.
Oh,
But
remember that? Yep, I
really,
remember.
really,
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, it was right at the end. Everyone was leaving. I think you were going over to say what's up to Yan Edits,
yep,
actually. Yeah. So
yep.
yeah, I said what's up, but I didn't think to introduce myself. But anyways, at that tournament, you play with all Ohio, and then in some games in front of LeBron James. So like, what was that experience like to see LeBron James at its alma mater, and then just to be able to show out in front of him? So kind of take me through kind of your mindset going into that, and then also just like the feelings while you were on the court.
It was such a blessing to play in front of LeBron. I mean, the greatest player of all time, just playing in front of him and just going out there and trying to put on a show. I mean, it was amazing atmosphere. Fans came out, and it's really all you can ask for as a player.
Yeah, I mean, I just go back to like I was there all 3 days, and I just remember like Bronny there playing on his dad's court in his dad's gym with his dad there with his whole family there. I mean, it's just quintessential type of scene. And then also like there was a bunch of really great Ohio players there, and like you said at the beginning of this, like LeBron has paved the way for Ohio basketball players, and to see him come out and support the youth, the next generation of Ohio basketball players. Like it's just, I kept thinking like this is just like insane, like something that you just see in a movie. But it was a really
Exactly.
great, it was a great environment. I mean, you played some great games. I don't remember exactly who you guys played. Who was you play Strive for Greatness?
Yeah, we played Strive for Greatness the second game. We had a back-to-back.
Okay, that's right. That's right. All Ohio. I was really impressed. And I will get into Peach Jam in a bit, but sticking with the All Ohio program, like what's it like playing with recent Marquette commit Sean Jones, who's great on both sides of the court?
Oh, that's my guy. He's a great point guard, great teammate. Love playing with him. Played with him since I was in the fourth grade, so the chemistry is there. And I'm really like proud of his progression, like how he's been just over the years, just in his game. So I really love playing with him.
Marquette obviously got a good one with him. I mean, if he was 6'2" or even 6'1", 6 foot, like he would have national recognition. And like his heart over height is just unbelievable. I remember watching some of the games and like he's just a hound and like you just can't stop him. And him both you two I feel like were some defining pieces for that team. And also I don't know, you probably not don't get this question as much, but what's it like playing with Michael Bova? Every time I watch him play, I just feel like, wow, he leaves it all on the court and he gets the most out of what he's given. So what's it like playing with Michael Bova?
Well, he's a guy. You can never take plays off playing with him because he works so hard. It just builds like the atmosphere, just making no plays off and just giving it your all out there. So it's amazing playing with him.
I think that's kind of what all Ohio is. It's like you make the gritty plays. Like you don't necessarily have the top 10 players on a top 10 player in the country or anything, but you're going to be a competitive team every year because the All Ohio program is like we make gritty winning plays, and like you said, that's the type of player you are. So it's definitely rubbed off on you. And I mean, All Ohio in general. I mean, I don't know if you guys had the like the goal, like you didn't accomplish the goal at Peach Jam as much as you wanted to, but you still played some great games against some great competition. Everyone got better. I want to get into Peach Jam right now. The play there and the entire experience of being in Georgia for a couple weeks, and then also just like being around all these guys that are just super talented, but then just being there for a whole 2 weeks, like kind of in a bubble.
Well, it was an amazing atmosphere. All the talent out there. Every single game, it's no off night. Like you have to bring your A game every single game. So that was really like it was amazing to play with that much talent out there. Being there 2 weeks, that was crazy. Just 2 weeks. I don't think we've ever had a stretch that much of just playing every single day. Like that was crazy, but it was fun and really loved the game of basketball and who didn't because some people were ready to go and others were like taking it on as a challenge. And I feel like it was an amazing tournament to go in. We didn't get to go to Peach Jam like how we wanted, but I feel like we all got better.
Like it's one thing to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks straight, but it's another thing to have to also play basketball at a high level every single day. Like you said, there was no like off day. Like I watched as many games as I could, and like it was literally 9 o'clock or like 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning to like 8 o'clock at night. There were games, like multiple games. Like it was just
Yeah.
the unreal how many games there were. And did you have one game, one day where you didn't have a game? Maybe Sunday or
Yes,
even
Sunday. Yep.
okay, but still, like that's just incredible. I mean, sometimes you had double headers on Sunday, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
gosh, like I mean, but what's it like knowing that there's NBA scouts there or there's college coaches? Like, what type of environment does that breed to have these high level personnel guys like in the gym watching?
Oh, it makes me happy because all that hard work you're putting in is a chance to show out in front of them and just show them what you've been working on. And that's all as a player, that's all you can ask for. Just have all those people looking at you and giving you a chance to just show what you've been working on.
And I think one of the more notable games is when you guys played Bates Fundamentals. I think it was pretty early on in the tournament, but I know you played well, and I know Sean played well, and pretty sure you won, right? Or am I? Am
Yes.
I? Yeah, yeah. You got a steal at the end, right? Sean got a steal or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So take me through that game. I mean, playing against one of the most highly touted recruits in the entire country. Like, what's your mindset coming into that game?
Oh, mindset is first game of Peace Jam. We wanted to come in and just get that dub, and whoever is in front of us, we're taking them down. And Imani is a great player, and we just try to game plan and got the win at the end. So
And the last question I've got for you is now your AAU basketball time is over, and it's for a lot of players that's like kind of hard to accept because like you grow up through AAU basketball. And I just want to ask, like, yeah, it's probably a bittersweet time, but what has AAU basketball meant to you? Because for me, when I played, obviously didn't play at a super high level or all Ohio, but we did get killed by a few all Ohio teams when back in my days because we were just not as good. But for me, like AAU basketball is like some of the times you meet some of your great friends and you build great relationships and you really find out who you are as a player, but also as a person. And so what has AAU basketball meant to you and like what's your relationship with it?
It's meant a lot. I built so many bonds from AAU, all the traveling across the country, um, road trips, and just being able to play against so much talent. Like it's done so much for me as a person and like building me as a man and just character and being around my teammates, learning how to be in a team atmosphere and everything. It's just been amazing. It was a great ride.
And now it's like next step is high school senior year. And like, man, it goes like that. Like it really does. Like, I remember my senior year, I was going in my senior year and I was like, you know what? Like, we've got one more year and then I'm out of here. And then I can't tell you, it just goes by like that, like so quick, man. Like that's one thing I could tell you is just like, I mean, I'm sure you've heard it your entire life. Don't take it for granted. I mean, you're going to wake up and you're going to be at West Virginia or you're going to be wherever you are in your next step. And like, it's just a crazy realization of how fast it goes. But so enjoy the senior year, man. There's a lot of memories to be made. I mean, obviously on the court and off the court. So that's my advice to you is just enjoy it because it really does go by quick. And so yeah, I mean that's really all I've got for you. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I mean, really like I said, I think your stock is going only up after this summer. I mean, I think I saw like ranked 200 or 300th something in the country, and that's just totally untrue. Like you've got to be top 100. From what I've seen, like you've got the body, you've got the size, you've got the skill, and like you're carving out the two-way path. And I just want to say I've been really impressed like with your play over the summer. What are your actual measurements? Are it 6'7", like 6'7", 210 or 6'7", like 200?
I'm 6'8", 208.
Okay. Oh, kind of close. But like so some of the sites have you at like 6'5" or something. So did you hit a growth spurt recently?
Yeah, I grew since quarantine, and like I don't think they've updated since freshman year. A lot of stuff has
Okay.
like my picture from freshman year. All
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, there's no way you're 6'5", because when I saw you in Akron, I was like, there's no way he's only 5 inches taller than me. But yeah, I mean, and that alone, like, I mean, you know, the body and the size and the physical, like the physical profile in general, like that alone will boost your ranking. But you don't only have that, but you've shown the skill, you've shown the shot making ability. I think that's what I was kind of most impressed with is like the shot making ability from the perimeter, but then also the willingness to put it on the floor and get to the rim. Like that's something that like 6'8", like it's not easy to teach that. And so, like I said, you're going to go up in the rankings, but you got the right mindset. Like it doesn't mean anything, but yeah, that's really all. Like I said, that's all I've got for you. But I wish you the best of luck in your basketball journey, and I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Do you have any questions for me or any last remarks for the listeners?
Just thanks for having me, man. Really like to talk, and that's pretty much it.
Appreciate it again.